Hey, welcome back. Today we're cutting my hair. Do you like my shirt? Rounder? Anybody? You know? No? Okay. It's also got like a stain on it from a tattoo that I got a while ago as a constant reminder that I just can't contain myself and I have a tattoo problem because I'm just so edgy. But I watched a Brad Mondo video on how to do a shag / wolf cut, and that's what I'm going to be doing, so spoiler alert, the name of the video is exactly what I'm doing. He said it's like a 4-step process and that anyone can do it, but I just want to say, never underestimate my ability to mess something up, Brad Mondo. Now my main concern with this process is usually the fact that my hair is so, as Beyonce once said, thick. But I'm not really too concerned about that anymore. Once I feared the poof, and now I embrace the poof. To an extent. Here are the tools that we have. So we've got these hair cutting scissors. They are the ULG brand. They're really cute. They've got this little blue diamond in the middle. You can see that? It's focusing on me, so I'm gonna guess no. We have the same brand, ULG hair thinning shears. Stop focusing on my face, bro. Whatever. 2 alligator clips. A comb. And an elastic. I don't know if I'm going to want to use this one. This is a Blissy brand one that I used Trisha Paytas's code for because I got a pillowcase and it came with this and a sleep mask, which was still too tight for my fat head, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I actually do. I think I'm just going to extend it myself. But regardless, I have this hair elastic. But I don't know if I'm going to use this one because the gist is like you wash your hair and then you slick it into a ponytail directly on the top of your head. So we'll see how that goes. I also have 2 of these things just for the parting section of it. I don't know which one is going to work better for me. So this is what my hair is looking like right now. We've got a lot of roots, obviously, but since I'm not blonde anymore, the root is just brown, so that's cool. Well, the root was always brown, but now it's like less noticeable. I'm not going to be cutting off like too much length of it because it's really not that long. I might cut it like here, you know, a little bit longer than shoulder length probably. I'm also not going to be going through the steps of the process, so obviously if you want the full rundown of everything, go and watch Brad's video. Okay, great. First things first, we are going to wash our hair. Okay, I'm done now. My hair is wet. Or should I say my hair is moist? Okay, our hair is combed. Now we're gonna tie it up in a high ponytail. Essentially, you want to be like the girl from Napoleon Dynamite if she was giving herself a wolf cut. I feel like this is gonna look really questionable, but oh god, I was right. I feel like an onion. Actually, who do I, never mind. I was gonna be like, who do I look like? A weird child with a receding hair. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I'm not. We love JoJo Siwa. I can't dance like JoJo Siwa. Okay, I had to. I'm sorry. The tighter it goes, the higher my hairline. That's definitely more towards the front. For sure. I can't even imagine. Like the angle. The view that you guys have right now is crazy. I can't even imagine the angles that you're getting right now. I'm so sorry. We're gonna start cutting. What is this? I feel like a character from The Grinch. Live motion. Anyways, since I have you here, I figured I would use this time, this very valuable time that we have together, to chat with you about my experience living in Toronto thus far. Because let me tell you, it's been a doozy. Like literally the first month I was here felt like 10 years, I kid you not. So when I moved here in May, I had blonde hair, which was cute. Duh. Well, that's actually like a lot of hair. That's like a lot of length that I am just cutting off all willy-nilly. I feel like I noticed a direct correlation in having blonde hair and having people catcall you more. So there was one day where I was walking home and people that day had already been saying some weird things and being real comfortable saying weird shit, okay? And I was walking home, and as I'm walking down the street, this guy, probably in his 50s or 60s, he's riding by on a bike, like a bicycle, right? Like not a motorcycle, a bicycle. Anyways, he's riding by on his bike, beep beep, and I hear over the sound of my headphones playing in my little ears, I hear him say, "Hey," like he says hey to me, and I look over, and this man on his bike, as he's riding by, is full on, head turned, staring at me and smiling. And all I did in that moment was I immediately just started laughing, shaking my head, and just looked down. Because there was nothing else that I could do in that moment, truly. And after that happened, all I could think about was if he hit a parked car when he was looking at me, and that's just one of the funniest things I could possibly imagine. I'm getting kind of concerned about how short this is gonna be. Because this is what it's looking like. Really not that crazy. But this is what the ponytail's looking like. I almost gave myself a whiplash. Oh god. Yeah, not that crazy. I'm scared to see what it's gonna look like. So this is my plan, okay? This is not cut straight across, but that's okay because there's point cutting that I will do to finesse it later. Honestly, slay, it didn't even cut off that much length. Are you seeing this? I'm kind of smart. Anyways, there was another more concerning instance where I was walking to the mall one day, and it was the middle of the day, broad daylight. There were so many people on the sidewalk with me and in the streets driving, as they do. And this black van was like driving up beside me, and I heard the guy, I don't know if it was like someone in the passenger seat or the driver, but someone said something, and I don't remember what it was, but I remember being concerned. So I was immediately sketched out, and then, you know, keep walking a little bit, and then this guy, he's driving slow, right? And as he's like driving essentially with me as I walk down the sidewalk, he literally says, "You could work for me." Jay, like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Despite there being so many people on the streets and on the road, I immediately felt so isolated and abandoned and stranded. And I was like, that's really concerning actually. Like, politely decline. I'm okay. Sure. But I didn't even look at the van. Like, I didn't directly look into the van, so I don't know if it was like just one guy driving or someone in the passenger seat. Regardless, I kept walking on my merry little way, my merry little kind of scared, concerned way, and I kid you not, as I'm walking, I am taking note of the people driving past me in the other lanes, and this van is not driving past. It's not giving driving, you know? It's giving parked. It took so long for the van to drive past. And when they drove past, it was really slow and creepy. And I was like, okay, so you were essentially just like watching me walk down the sidewalk, I presume, considering you literally said you could work for me in the creepiest way possible, even though that is just a really creepy thing to say in general. But yeah, so that was scary. And I have noticed that since I've dyed my hair back to its natural color, brown, the catcalling has not been like that. So we've got our selection of hair, and this is going to be the face framing. I look insane. This is the point that I'm realizing that? Really? But that's actually the perfect segue into the story of when I dyed my hair back brown, because I had some stains on my neck from the dye, obviously, I'm an amateur. And for some reason, the first thought that popped into my mind when that happened was, instead of using like a cloth or something normal to clean this dye off of my skin, I thought it would be a good idea to use a magic eraser. Yes, Mr. Clean himself. Mr. Clean was screaming at me from his sponge grave, but did I hear it? No, not at all. All I heard was the sound of my sandpapery skin flaking off like Parmesan. Is this kind of working? Is it kind of giving like blending? Anyways, as you might assume, as soon as I got done scrubbing my neck with a magic eraser, it started burning profusely. Like, it literally felt like I gave myself rug burn all over my neck. Okay, it's really not bad. This is great news. This is amazing. And the length is still there. Like, I really didn't cut off that much. I'll show you what my sink looks like in a second, but it looks like I cut off a lot more length than I did. I don't know how it looks at the back. It probably does not look even, but are we surprised? No. I'm gonna do some more finessing and then I'll come back in the next few days with the final look. Hey. So it's been a bit, okay? It's probably been a few weeks and I got really bold cutting some full-on bangs, and then I was like, actually, let me just let these grow out. I kind of like it like this. I kind of actually love it like this. I think it looks so good. This was my first time ever like styling it with a diffuser and all that jazz, but it doesn't look too different from what it usually looks like. It's just pretty wavy. I could have gotten it more wavy, but for a first diffuser trial run, this was pretty good. Also, don't mind my messy bed in the background. Just pretend like you don't see that. I am obsessed. This, first of all, is one of my actual favorite makeup looks that I've ever done. You can't, like, I wasn't even gonna do eyebrows because you can't see them with the bangs, but I decided to do the brows because I was in it to win it, Guy Fieri style. My next step is frosted tips, but until then, we're gonna have this. There's soot in my hair. Are you kidding me? Anyways, I am so incredibly happy with how this turned out. I love that I have this hairstyle that I can just do anytime and not have to pay to get my hair cut. Oh my god. Literally amazing. Thank you, Brad Mondo Hair Tutorials, on getting me to this place in my life right now. I also wanted to address my lip piercing really quick because I realized I didn't really disclose anything about that so far. This is a vertical labret piercing, if you don't know. I've had it for a few months now, and it's one of my all-time favorite piercings. I love it to death, but I'm probably gonna get it re-pierced because when I smile, here's the thing. Like, you can tell it's not straight, which, like, it's really hard to get things like that really straight, and nobody's face is symmetrical, blah blah blah. But I want to get a philtrum piercing, so that's probably going to make it more obvious. I don't know. It's not giving what I was hoping it was going to give, because when I got it pierced, I vouched for myself, which is a first for me, especially with piercings and things. I usually just kind of take the recommendation of the piercer because I'm like, you're the professional, I'm not gonna question you. But I expressed my piercer that I wanted the top part to come like a little bit lower because I figure I have a pretty thick bottom lip, right? She's thick. And I figure that I would be able to get like a little bit of a smaller bar because I want it to be like as dainty as possible. And my piercer expressed to me that it's better to have something to anchor it onto, and I said, okay, girl, whatever. But yeah, so that's what we did, and it's not bad. Like, I love the piercing, I'm obsessed, but I do want it a little bit more like that, you know what I mean? But I just realized this life hack right now as I was about to film this, because I was looking at my lip, and every time I smile, it shows the bar through my lip, which it still does with my lipstick on, right? Just a little bit, but it's not nearly as noticeable. But thank you for coming on this journey with me. As always, I appreciate y'all. If you feel compelled to do so, you can hit the subscribe button if you want to. And if you look and you notice that you're already subscribed, you can just leave that there. No need to touch it anymore. It's fine. And I will see you all so soon in my next video.